Hi Virgo, hope you guys are doing great today. Welcome to your deep love read for mid-March. I'm going to start off with singles and then I'm going to go into complicated. I'm going to timestamp in the description box below, and in the description box you're also going to find a coupon code. Thank you 333, 20% off of all of my readings just for the month of March to celebrate my 2nd year anniversary. And I really just want to thank all of you. I said this last time, I wanted to say it again. You guys are awesome and I can't thank you enough for your support. You made this a lot of fun for me. So let's get right into our friends who are single. So I'm going to be doing a past, present, a challenge, and an outcome. Okay. So in the past, we had the High Priestess in the reverse. Let's see what's going on here. So, I mean, this is like a really clear message here in the recent past. It's like you had this blocked intuition, right? And then we have this Page of Wands. Like you are not able to see either like the player tendencies of somebody or somebody who gets bored easily and then moves on to the next best thing. Somebody who's sort of emotionally immature, you know what I mean? And yeah. So, but you were very blocked in your intuition, your ability to see somebody for what they really were, because you were likely just kind of focused on this idea of commitment, of marriage, maybe it could be marriage. Very focused on tradition, expectations, there being certain expectations that you had within the relationship, but it was like you didn't see something here, but then you learned your lesson with the world. So lesson learned, right? Message sent, message received, regarding this somebody that you were with in the past. Right now, you're the Chariot energy. You want nothing to do with anything that's toxic. It's really not like you just don't want it, right? This is about, well, something ended here, obviously. That was really very clearly toxic. Now, in numerology, this is connected to the Tower. So some realization coming, right? The lights come on and you realize where the foundation in the relationship wasn't so great. And now you're in the space where it's like, look, no more player energies, no more immature energy. Doesn't necessarily have to be player energy, just somebody who doesn't know how to put their big boy or big girl pants on in for the relationship, and just moving away from whatever wasn't working and being very focused on, because the Chariot wants to go towards the Cancer energy, which is about home, right? It's why it's Cancer energy. Like what you feel home in, something that feels healthier. So we have the Wheel. This is interesting because the Wheel does indicate, I would just want to say it, right? This is very fated energy. There being some sort of turning point, taking a chance. This is Jupiter energy. So this can indicate somebody coming back from the past. So this could be either an ex. It could be an ex-partner, but it could also be an ex-interest, like somebody maybe who you were just interested in, but you never really went out with them, whatever, but them sort of resurfacing. But you really need to think about what happened that last time around, and if you think the relationship is, it's worth going back to, if it could actually work, right? How are the bones of the relationship? It really is about that, Just, you don't want to be in the space of trying to fit a circle in a square. But this can indicate also like meeting somebody new. But just keep in mind, because it's the Wheel, the first thing we say is somebody's going to come back around. But it is a very good energy. If the bones were good, it's going to be very blessed going forward. And we have the Three of Cups. Very nice celebratory vibe. This is a really good energy for healing. It's really good energy for any new relationship. There is the number of creation. So I like this. And then we have Ace of Cups. New. Nice. Very nice. I mean, this is, falling in love. This is a new offering, a new relationship. So I like this for you, as I feel like right now you guys are in this space, and probably, let's see. Probably-ish. I'm going to say like maybe mid-month. I don't know. You have a lot going on. I mean, you have a lot of energy going on in your 7th house, like in the middle of the month, which has to do with like deep partnerships. because you have the Sun conjunct Venus and Neptune in Pisces, and then that new moon in Pisces. All of that is happening in your 7th house. So, nice energy to meet people in, but you don't want to run, as I always say, you don't want to run off and get married, or anything like that just yet. But let's see what the challenge might be. We have the 5 of Cups energy. So the 5 of Cups is about loss, feeling challenged in this way, sadness, right? Something having ended before you felt fully ready for it. I mean, you're going to be able to work past it, but it's this sadness that I feel like I'm being able to assimilate an old stress and sadness in order to make a new start, and this might be a challenge for you. So this might have sent you like you might have been, wow, I was not expecting this energy. Like you may be in a space where it's like, I was kind of blind with them. Not something that Virgos typically are, which is interesting. But just kind of being in that space, like I wonder, how did they ever feel about me in the first place at all, So we have that 5 of Cups energy is the challenge. And then also some confusion going on here with the Hangman is Neptune. Yeah, so I mean, so part of the energy here could be, the challenge could be, you being in this space where you're like, all right, how do they even feel about me? So you might be in a position where you're waiting around for somebody that you're interested in to acknowledge you with the same interest that you have for them, but you're unable to get that commitment that you need. Or you might be the unwilling one to commit, but you might ultimately decide that the wait's not worth it. It's not even worth the effort, not worth your time and energy, because you might feel like in order for this relationship to work, you're going to have to somehow sacrifice something that matters to you. And this is a challenge for you, because it's like you're in this weird space of waiting. But then we have this silly 6 of Cups energy, which is really such a lovely energy. It's about feeling nostalgic for the past. This is a reconciliation energy too. Some of you might just be hanging out with old friends. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be going back with another energy, but it can mean that, especially if you suffered any kind of like mistreatment, that being remedied. But the idea of returning to an energy, it's a challenge for you right now. Like this is a block. So some of you may want to get back with somebody that you were with once upon a time, but you can't for whatever reason. But you're feeling overwhelmed, and this is a challenge for you. You don't want to have feelings for somebody that you may have feelings for, and how annoying is that, right? It's like, please get out of my system kind of thing, right? So this is the energy of overwhelm, definitely. Things just being very taxing. Very exhausting energy with the 10 of Wands, And so this is the challenge here. But let's see what happened is the final outcome. Beautiful Ace of Wands. Here we go. Fiery energy. Very beautiful new beginning, having to do with like virility and passion. Just be careful they don't turn into another like page of another page of Wands. But Ace of Wands is a beautiful new relationship. And what I like here, I like this 3 of Wands, beautiful. You're just totally focusing on the future, not even looking at the past. At the end of the day, after all this is said and done, you're going in a different direction. Very nice. This is one of the good fortune cards. Very busy energy, busy time period. This is an indicator for a very important relationship, and it's moving on into that to realize what it is that you really want for yourself. You might be dealing with somebody who's different than somebody you would normally go for. So maybe they do something very unique or out of the box for a living. Maybe they're much older than you would normally go for, much younger than you would normally go for, just something different than you would normally go for. But you really want to make it work. Yeah, love it. We get the Magician energy. This is awesome, right? Because this is like communication is fantastic. Any sort of issues that might pop up could be resolved. Because remember, this is a Mercury energy, and Mercury rules Virgo, and Virgo is the landlord of the 6th house of problems. It's all about solving problems through communication. So very nice. And being able to crystallize things in your own, that you're seeing that you want to manifest, being able to crystallize it and be a lot more clear. So I would say that's not going to be happening until we hit Aries season, in like the 3rd week going into the, into April. So finally we have the Queen of Pentacles, really nice energy, taking care of you, being there for yourself. All right, I like this energy. If this is a person that you're meeting, very reliable, supportive, affectionate, generous, the home life matters to this individual, understands what's necessary to grow a situation. Really good. As a general influence, this does indicate marriage or money coming to those of you who do end up in this partnership. Really nice. There's a lot of fertility energy here, good sex life, like, yeah. I almost kind of just want to leave that alone, but like, hi, hold on. You know, just because it's a good read. Oh, let's see. But I just want to say, like, I do feel like a lot of you are going to be in this space of trying to release the past. You know, feeling overwhelmed, needing to release the past, this confusion, this heartache. This is all a challenge for you right now. But it just may be like, look, you know, I have to get on, I have to go do my life now. I have to move on here. Nothing is yet set in stone. Somebody else got this. Mutable moon. Listen to me. Mutable moon. What do you need to release? Yeah. I mean, I just feel like that makes sense to me because of this whole row here. What do you really need to release? It might be something. I feel like I want to just pull some psychology on what was going on. What do you need to release here? What needs to be released? Yeah, I mean, we have abundance first, so you're very much trying to manifest something positive for yourself. You're trying very hard to stay in a positive mindset. We have this girl with the snake. There's this idea of an empath and narcissist paradigm, being charmed or used, enable boundaries, right? And we have that working with outdated thinking, conditioning, replaying events over and over in the head, right? Oh, when that happened, why did they say that and this, that, right? And then we have this idea of wedding rings. So I feel like with the fact that we got wedding rings here with the Hierophant, there might have even been discussion about getting married here. I feel like that may have been a situation that was going on. Being apart has been life-changing for me. I'm scared. Mental health is an issue in this connection. I'm so insecure and I know it's a problem, but looking at myself is not easy for me. This is the thing. I feel like somebody knows like exactly what to say. And I'm not suggesting that they're not being sincere. But the pain that you felt in the past is real, and the challenge in getting over it is real, even though this new energy is coming in and you're really allowing that new. You still have a couple of toes in this past. So you really have to figure out of this situation what it is that you need to release, you know, for sure. Balance. Love is not always about agreeing just for the sake of it. A great relationship is one that both supports and challenges. So maybe that was an issue. You guys just did not see eye to eye. You really didn't. And it wasn't one that supports and challenges. It's like my way or the highway kind of thing. You know, whether it was on your end or their end, whatever it was. But just not seeing it, just not being balanced. I feel like the imbalance was primarily on their end, to be honest with you. Just seeing what I'm getting here. But, yeah. All right. So that's what I have for this mid-March. For those of you who are single, it does seem like there's some releasing that's necessary from some sort of past situation. But I do see another energy coming in. You know, you have to stay open, right, to the energy. But you guys know that. You know that already, right? So let's get into our complicated Virgos. Page of Wands popped out. New cycle. Right? This is really good news. This is good news about anything that within the relationship that requires negotiation. This is really good news. It's somebody coming in with an offer like, why don't we do this? Let's try this kind of thing, you know. Initially, it might seem a lot more fantastic than it may be in reality, but that's okay. It does seem like it's something worth considering. So let's see what we have here. Okay, Two of Swords in the recent past. Oh, good. We get the World. Challenge is in the, wow, look at these major arcanas. Okay, so in the past you were definitely an emotional stalemate regarding this person. You just were not sure what to do, but you knew you had to decide something, because the Two of Swords energy is not the kind that just kind of goes away on its own. It just doesn't, you know. You know, this is really time to think, right? You were in the space where it's like, oh, I have to decide, you know. You wanted to protect yourself. You wanted to have your own back, right? But again, you know, there was this need to resolve something. So, you know, standing your ground, saying what you think, you know, this is what went on. It's like, look, this is how I see it. And you kind of putting your foot down there. We have this working with the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands is about obstacles, right? But you having the resilience to overcome whatever challenges that you were dealing with, and it's morality and your personal philosophy being super important to you right now. So something within this relationship could have been a bit challenging, right? But there was a need to fight for love temporarily, right? Stand up for your relationship. Nothing wrong with that, as long as you know that they would do the same for you, that they're in that same boat where you're like, okay, you know, look, we're at this weird space right now, maybe about having a baby, getting married, whatever it is, right? Moving into that house, buying that business, whatever it is. And you guys just being in this sort of like emotional stalemate, but you not wanting to give up on the relationship. Then we have the Nine of Pentacles, and this is you focusing on what really matters to you. Like, you want to be comfortable in this relationship. You know, this is also you needing some independence within the relationship to work on things that you need to work on. And that's going to be needed anyway, Virgo, right? I mean, just because you have a lot of stuff going on in that 6th house, but there's got to be a lot of compromise here because of what's going on with the 8th house energies for you guys. Lots of stuff going on there, particularly like the 24th into the 29th when Venus and the Sun conjunct in Aries. So that's going to be a thing for you. But this is going to be a lot. 9 is the number of productivity. So here, a lot of you guys are just focusing on your work. You may be focusing on your day-to-day, just figuring your stuff out as far as like what you need to do in that area. But also making it very clear that you need your own space in order to do what you need to do within the relationship in order to be successful, because you want it to be successful, right? We have the 6 of Wands here, and this is about deserved success. So if you've been struggling, this is, you know, lately, this is about getting acknowledgement, which is really nice. Feelings are shared, they're well received, really good communication comes in that ends up leading to like a deepening of connection. So I really like it because it seems like there needed to be some sort of fight. It was necessary. Some fights are, right? And you were at this crossroads where you're like, all right, look, this is what I want, you know, kind of laying it on the line and explaining, like, I feel like now or never, we're either going to do this or we're not going to do it. And then beautiful, learning that lesson. Very nice, you know. Happiness, falling in love, you know, this is about being loving, all of that, because there's been some sort of lesson learned here, either by you or by the person that you're dealing, by your partner. Queen of Swords, great energy here also. Really very motivated to find out the psychological motivations behind your partner. You know, trying to solve those problems, Virgo, right? Being very strong. You know, and whatever adversity you went through, I feel like it made you stronger. It made you more determined. You're stronger now than you've been in a very, very long time, which is nice, even though you're very tired. You know, you're tired of a situation, you're just tired in general, for sure, but it's Neptune season, everybody's always kind of tired, for sure. But then we have this 10 of Pentacles here, beautiful. Come on now, this is nice. family, maturity, deepening of commitment, shared values, could be buying a house together, anything having to do with a legacy, right? Sharing. So this is this idea of sharing here. And then we have that working with the Ace of Pentacles. So it's like there's a brand new beginning here. And the Ace of Pentacles, this is really good for actually any area of your life. So it's really about happiness and contentment. And it really is bringing to the, like, into fruition something that you've been working on, right? Don't doubt your good luck here, because it looks like some good luck is coming in. The Ace of Pentacles. But let's see what your challenge is. So for some of you, maybe you're challenged getting pregnant right now. For some of you, you're challenged with something going on with your children. Others of you, if this doesn't resonate at all, this is straight up Venus. So, but it's the ability to grow in relationship. So if this is the challenge right now, there can be maybe resources are limited right now, and that's an issue. Or there can be some sort of dependence on others. Maybe, you know, as a couple, you have this dependence on like a family member or some sort of outside agency. That's a challenge here, right? It could certainly have anything to do with that. Just feeling like you're able to move forward in the relationship at the rate that you would really like to. Yeah, and then we have that this is a challenge as well, the Three of Wands. And, you know, this is about you know, moving on to realize plans, right? So there's this stuckness, okay? There's this stuckness. And you're having a hard time seeing things differently right now. Anyway, it's this idea of stuckness, but I feel like it doesn't really have much to do with your emotions here, and more about like feeling like in a pragmatic way you're not able to move forward in a way that you want. We have the Queen of Cups here. So this is about deepening love, emotional honesty, what's needed to make something work. But this is being challenged by you, and it's because, almost because it's like these resources are not coming in. Because to have the Eight of Wands as this last challenge energy, and this is so good. I mean, this is good news coming in, but this is a challenge for you. So it's like if you're feeling held back or stuck, you're waiting for some sort of news to come in, but you're still waiting, right? So it is this idea of waiting. Doesn't mean it can't happen. It just means like right now in the middle of March, this may be a challenge for you, is that patience of waiting for something, either to launch something, to wait for something to come in, something that you guys are working on as a couple, whatever it is. But let's see what the final outcome energy is. Beautiful. We have the Star. So you're destined to be with this individual, right? I mean, this is really, really beautiful energy. Definitely a like feeling more hope, inspiration, and just a change for the better after a difficult time. You know, this is an Aquarius energy. It's about being very forward thinking, very forward focused. I love that card. Virgo, this is like, I feel like the best reading so far. So let me not jinx myself here. So we have the Hierophant energy. So if you're not married, it looks like you might be getting married, or at least moving into a more serious space where you guys are really celebrating the sacred in your relationship. But there are expectations defined. There's good communication here. There's conforming to a certain way of being. But none of this can happen without there being really open conversation. This is really nice, because I see you guys just walking away from anything that's toxic, just walking away from it. This is changing, and this is having very high emotional intelligence. It's you recognizing what doesn't feel right in the relationship and moving on away from that. Just moving on. Just saying, you know what? No, I don't want to be back there. I don't want to be back there again. Whatever that was, I don't want that anymore. Let's start a whole new cycle. Page indicates a new cycle in the relationship. Nice. Beautiful. Putting a lot of hard work and being very reliable. Strong potential for success in this energy, as really very nice. And if money was an issue, I see money's not going to be an issue anymore. So really beautiful energy. Okay. Wow. Okay. So let's pull some oracles. You know, I hardly ever get this card. I love you. Beautiful. These are powerful words. Yes, they are. Very nice. Let's pull a couple of Moonology, some advice. Hold your vision. Beautiful. Fixed moon. Get in touch with what you want to happen. Tap into that emotion and run with it. Hold your vision. Hold your vision. But don't do anything crazy just yet, right? Because we are still in, again, we're still dealing with Neptune right now in Pisces season. Okay, let's just wait for Aries to take time to breathe out. Disseminating moon. Yeah. It's okay if it's not all happening like yesterday. You know, it's okay. It's okay. Everything, it looks beautiful. It looks like everything is going to be working out in your favor. Leaving the toxicity. Doing some beautiful healing. The situation looks destined to happen. Past life relationship. You have known each other before. As I say about the soulmate energy as well. Beautiful. Listen. All right. This is a beautiful reading, and I want to just leave it alone. You know, I want to leave it alone. So that is what I have for you for the middle of the month. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you guys next week. Take care now. Bye-bye.